Hello there, this is Josh from Offbeat Underground, and today I am going to review the two Ixalan Planeswalker decks. First we have Huatli Dinosaur Knight and Jace Ingenious Mind Dash Mage. Let's see which one's better. Now before I do a proper review on these two decks, as you can see, I have not opened either deck. I have not looked up to see which deck could be better. I did not see what the deck lists were. So right now will be the first time that I have gotten even just a simple visual of these two Planeswalker decks. So let's check them out. As you can see, my little work area right here is a little bit of a mess. However, that doesn't stop me. Let's start with Huatli. So as we all know, the financial value, well, just in general, the value of these Planeswalker decks don't hold a whole lot because there is a copy of each one of these cards in every single Planeswalker deck that's printed, and a lot of these cards you can, open out of booster packs. This first card right here, though, is very nice. The double strike that also gives other creatures double strike, which is very good. Now, when you take a first glance at a lot of these cards, you can absolutely tell that this Planeswalker deck was put together very well. To be quite honest with you, I don't think that there's a lot that needs to be changed. I mean, you can see that there are a lot of cards in here that obviously work with the other creature types. Obviously there's a whole bunch of land. And, all in all, the deck is very great. This card right here is very, very well needed. This card is okay. And then obviously this right here is a card that will help the deck majorly. Makes all your dinosaur spells cast one less. And that's just very good. Now looking back through this deck, like I said already, it is a very well built deck for only having to pay $15 for it. I don't know if this is a very good deck as far as to bring into an FNM or bring into a standard event. However, one thing that majorly makes me dislike this Planeswalker deck: 26 lands. You do not need 26 lands in any type of 60 card standard deck. Now obviously, I mean, land is always a necessity, and especially with this being dinosaurs, I mean, all the dinosaurs are pretty large, but I feel like if you were to drop the land count to about 24, and then added 2 more cards of which that you could have gotten out of the 2 booster packs that came in the deck, then this would be a very good buy. Plus you have your sweet damage spells. Oh no. Oh no, lightning strikes back and stand. Obviously the cream of the crop, the Planeswalker itself, very, very amazing artwork. And the abilities are just very great for the deck itself. I mean, just read those abilities. Read those abilities. So overall, I would give this deck about an 8.5 out of 10. I mean, it's very well constructed. You got all the creatures that you would need for this deck to run well. You have your sweet damage spells, obviously. Get away, Lightning Strike. And, I honestly don't think you need 26 land. Just go through your stack of cards that are now in standard and take, a mountain and a plains out of there and replace it with 2 cards that would hold major significance to the deck. You guys see Opt gives me a major hard-on. Now, let's take a look at the Jace Ingenious Mind Mage Planeswalker deck. Now, let's take a quick look at the Jace Planeswalker deck. Looking through it, it's not too bad of a build. I mean, I don't believe it doesn't hold up to the caliber that the other deck does. However, I do have to give WOTC some props for, actually making some decent Planeswalker decks. However, these cards, a 2/5 for 4. They're good for the creature type, but you could probably find something better. And again, 26 lands, I believe, are in this one too. There's absolutely no need for that. But otherwise, I mean, this is literally sleep paralysis. Why don't we just reprint a Claustrophobia where the cost is 1 less? Sure, it's double blue, but that shouldn't be hard. What, you really think? And now, let me tell you about the absolute worst card in this deck. Sure, the 2/5 creatures that do nothing for 4 mana maybe aren't super necessary in this deck, but I feel that the worst card in this very deck is the Planeswalker itself. As you can see, it's a 6-drop Planeswalker, which in Standard, not many people are fans of, so that's not that great off the bat. Its first ability, draw a card. So basically, if you're able to only get him out for 1 turn, you get to draw 1 card for 6 mana. And sure, his loyalty is 5, but this deck is completely filled with dinosaurs and huge creatures. This thing isn't going to live for that long anyway. The other +1, untap all creatures you control. I mean, sure. I guess that doesn't really hurt. But the bottom ability, gain control of up to 3 target creatures. For 9. They could have figured out a way, way better bottom ability. And for the fact that it takes at least 4 turns to just take 3 creatures. In the new Standard, this is going to be very easy to kill. I honestly believe that the other Jace is going to be way better in this Planeswalker deck than the Planeswalker that is supposed to be meant for this deck. Now, sure, the deck itself is very well played, and obviously, you know, I'm probably going to take one of those cards out and, you know... But, overall rating, I'd probably give this deck, the deck, a good 6, maybe 5.5. The deck with this Jace is going to get a solid 4 from me. Trust me, this deck is good. It can be good. But he sucks. So as you can see, I'm going to be looking up, you know, just about the price of these 2 Planeswalkers. So as you can see, Jason Genius Mind Mage, right now at listed media, and that's the price I go for, is $7.77, and the price trend is going down. I mean, sure, market price is $7.16. You know, that's a little bit smaller, but that's about how much people are paying for it. Now, let's look up Huatli, or however you want to pronounce that. Huatli Dinosaur Knight. Huatli Dinosaur Knight sits in at $8.25. And sure, that's not a whole lot more than the Jace, but it's still more expensive. It's going to be more expensive simply because of how good it actually is. And as you saw, the price trend was going down, but that's still not going to stop this at all. Now, let's show you what could have been. Let's just...